most expensive liquids in the world. Human blood, $1,500 per gallon. Most liquids on this list are expensive because of how rare they are, but human blood isn't really that rare. The cost is driven up because of how expensive the whole process is. You need people, equipment, storage, and it also costs rather a lot to test the blood to make sure it's free from any diseases. Gamma hydroxybutyric acid. Now that's a bit of a tongue twister. The easier term is GHB, and it costs a crazy $2,500 per gallon. It's a substance that's produced in the human brain and the nervous system, and it's used as an anesthetic to treat things such as depression and insomnia. It's also used illegally as a recreational drug, but some people use it for rather sinister purposes. That's because GHB is the most popular method of spiking people's drinks. Unbelievably, black printer ink is one of the 10 most expensive liquids in the world. It costs a crazy $2,700 per gallon, and drop for drop it's more expensive than Dom Perignon champagne. Manufacturing the ink isn't really that expensive. You're actually paying for the high costs and the research and development of inkjet technology. Printers themselves are often pretty cheap. That's because they're mostly sold at a loss. The manufacturer will make most of its money from the printer ink you buy later. That's the reason they always recommend you use official branded inks. Mercury, $3,400 per gallon. Mercury is commonly known as quicksilver, and it's mostly used in things like fluorescent lamps, electronics, and it used to be used in medicine. It's the only metal in the world that stays in a liquid state at room temperature. But why is it so expensive? Well, it's simply because it's not that easy to locate deposits, and then it's a lengthy process to extract and process it. Insulin, $9,400 per gallon. Insulin is produced in our bodies. It's a hormone made by the pancreas that's responsible for delivering glucose into our blood so it can be used as fuel. Diabetics don't produce enough insulin, so their body has a tougher time controlling their blood sugar levels. Insulin is expensive because of the process involved in manufacturing it. Doctors used to prescribe insulin extracted from cows and pigs, but the new biosynthetic version is much more effective and much more expensive. Chanel No. 5. $26,000 per gallon. Pretty much everyone has heard of this luxurious perfume. This prestigious brand has been around since the early 1920s, and since that time the brand and the perfume have built up a reputation to be one of the best in the world. And like most things in the fashion world, you pay for the name and the image. Horseshoe crab blood. This liquid is worth more than double than that of the last, as it's priced at a cool $60,000 per gallon. The blue blood of the horseshoe crab is a very prized liquid. That's because the blood has amazing antibacterial properties. Good for us, bad for crabs. The little crab is quite hard to catch. They only ever come to shore to mate. This, coupled with the fact that their habitat is slowly being destroyed, makes their blood much harder to obtain, making it more and more expensive. Lysergic acid diethylamide, $123,000 per gallon. You wouldn't want to buy a gallon of this, as you'd probably be arrested shortly after, and that's because it's used to make a certain type of drug. That drug is LSD. This acid is found on fungus that grows on rice and grains, and a gallon of this is enough to send millions of people on the craziest psychedelic trip of their lives. King Cobra Venom, $153,000 per gallon. This snake's venom is considered to be one of the most potent venoms in the world. It can easily kill a full-size elephant, so just imagine the havoc it would wreak on us humans if bitten. That being said, why would anyone want to pay such a high price for this? I'd want to stay as far away from it as possible. Well, it's used in a special type of painkillers. Painkillers that are 20 times more powerful than morphine. Scorpion venom, the most expensive liquid in the world. Scorpion venom costs a staggering $39 million per gallon. Scorpions use their venom to kill or paralyze their prey, and as a defense against predators. Us humans, well, we like to use it to treat things like arthritis and to make antivenoms. But why is it so absurdly expensive? Well, it's just incredibly hard to obtain. It's extracted by electrical stimulation, and one yield only produces on average 0.5 milligrams of venom. Basically, if you could somehow extract that much in a day, you would have to extract it from way more than 250,000 scorpions.